Of all the movies coming out this year, the one I least expected to like was the newest Pirates of the Caribbean. But what can I say? I kind of did.
I'm not looking for trouble.
What a horrible way to live.
You will pay for what you did to me.
It's been a while since we got the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, 6 years to be precise, way longer than I would have guessed. But here we are, after Gore Verbinski did the first three, with each one getting longer and longer. Rob Marshall directed the fourth one, On Stranger Tides. And now for the fifth entry we got two directors at once, Joachim Rønning and Espen Sandberg. They are both from Norway and probably best known for the Oscar-nominated film Kon-Tiki, which told the story of a legendary explorer and his crossing of the Pacific. Sometimes it seems to work like this in Hollywood. Make a cool adventure movie that takes place on open water, and the next thing you're doing is directing a $250 million Pirates of the Caribbean heavyweight. And their budget went even over 300 after Johnny Depp accidentally injured his hand on set. I have to say, those two guys were the right choice for the movie, and from the get-go I truly enjoyed this new adventure. Even though it doesn't really feel all that new, quite the opposite. It's very familiar and they kind of went the Force Awakens route. We get two new leads who are very similar to the original cast of Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom. I can't really say anything against them, but I can't say that much positives either. They were okay. At least they each have a motivation, each has a goal, something they are after. The movie does quite a good job in setting everything up, and not just in terms of the story but also visually. A good movie should have good character introductions. Don't just show me the people we are spending the next 2 hours with. Make it exciting. And Dead Man Tell No Tales, or Salazar's Revenge, which is oddly enough also the title of the movie in many markets, does exactly that.
Jack Sparrow. Do you know this pirate?
Each character, old or new, makes a memorable entrance, and the whole first hour had me really hooked. I saw it in IMAX 3D, and while I'm not a fan of 3D, this was a great experience, and you could really feel the high production value in every shot. Visually it was a blast, and there were only some moments later on where it drowned a little bit in murky darkness. But right from the beginning the movie had that big summer blockbuster feel to it. It's a fast and exciting, well shot and still charismatic adventure. Ludicrous, like always, but still exhilarating, especially with that first big action set piece, which they blatantly borrowed from the Fast 5 finale. In the second half it couldn't keep my interest as much as I hoped, and if you know the Pirates movies, you've seen it pretty much all by now. The motifs, visually and story-wise, are all so familiar. Jack Sparrow, who seems more drunk than ever, is fine. By now Johnny Depp could play him while sleeping, I guess. Like many times before, he gets abandoned by his crew. Barbossa is after him, but then helps out, of course. The British are evil, there's a big treasure and of course a curse involved that turned Javier Bardem's Captain Salazar and his crew into ghosts. Those ghosts looked stunning, and they are ghost sharks as well. With only 129 minutes, it's the shortest one so far. Unbelievable, 40 minutes shorter than at World's End, but there are still some moments you could have cut. One involves Paul McCartney as Jack's uncle, which comes out of nowhere and has no purpose at all. I also thought many of the jokes felt flat. There were some pretty funny ones, but overall it gets so exaggerated at times that it took me out of the swashbuckling adventure. But I can't lie, I had a good time and was even touched at the very end, even if one particular relationship comes out of nowhere and felt kind of tacked on at first. I don't think it's a movie that will make a lasting impression, but it's pretty much what you want when you say summer blockbuster. That doesn't mean that we don't want better pictures. Something like Raiders of the Lost Ark is also a summer blockbuster after all. But it felt lighthearted enough, it had characters, and I can't really say anything against Javier Bardem chasing after Jack Sparrow. And when that iconic pirate theme is played, it still grabs me. In German I'd say, Trinkt aus Piraten, yo ho. I give Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales 6.5 out of 10. It's more like 6.4, but I don't do that.
I'm so sorry, were you still talking?
There's nowhere to hide. Find Sparrow for me.
Alright, that's it like always. Comment below, let me know what you think about Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales or Salazar's Revenge. And also please let me know if you are a fan of the franchise and also what is your favorite movie with Johnny Depp. Mine's Edward Scissorhands. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram simply at TheJimmyCage. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like, and make sure you hit that bell for all I have to tell.